Hi everyone, welcome to the Beauty Club and Makeup Monday. I'm Justine and I have Leanne with me, and today we're going to go through how to apply quick and easy bronze, blush and highlight. So what we've decided to do is to use the same palette, which is the Laura Geller Super Chic palette as demonstrated by Leanne, which has it has bronzer, blush in the middle and highlight. And one of the things we love about this palette, because we have these in our professional kits as well, is that they have a lighter shade and a darker shade, so you can suit it to different skin tones. So we're both going to use the same palette, as I said, and it will look equally good on both of us. What I love about Laura Geller is, although they're powders, they are produced by baking a cream formulation, so that means that the finish is still quite creamy in texture. And with the blusher, you can see there's all different colours in that, so that looks beautiful on the skin, because it's not a flat colour. There's lots of different elements to that, so we're going to show you how to use that.
Yeah,
what are you going to use, Leanne?
I'm going to just start off. I mean, this is. I'm going to start off with bronzer.
Yeah, me
What
too.
do you start off with?
Yeah, I always do bronzer first. Yeah.
I'm going to start off with this. This is actually a Morphe blusher brush. It's an E48, this one, so it's kind of, put it against my t-shirt, you can kind of see the shape of it. So it's soft but slightly dome shaped. So what I like about this palette is that, you know, you can use this summer and winter as well. So the top layer is they're lighter shades, and the lower ones are slightly darker, but obviously you might want to mix and match at any time as well. So
that's what I'm doing at the moment, is using a combination of the two, because the skin's got a bit more colour to it. I love that brush that you've got there. I want to get that one. I think it was sold out when I looked. So
it's, yeah, Morphe is really good value for money. So reasonably priced, but really good quality as well. And it washes up lovely. I've got another. This is a Morphe. They're almost identical, these two.
Yeah, they look good, don't they?
Both Morphe brushes. Yeah.
I've got. I use a bigger brush for my bronzer, and this is by a brand by Cosette S120, which I bought at IMATS, which is the International Makeup Artist Trade Show, I think, a couple of years back, and I bought their brushes and I really love these. They've got lovely texture, so I'm just going to go in with that.
We'll put these brushes, the name, the brands and the numbers in the comments, so you can always get those if you want to. I'm going to start off with the slightly darker bronzer, medium bronze here.
Yep, I've used a mixture of the two.
So we might have slightly different application techniques. So I do a little bit of a bronze contour crossover, and this palette's brilliant for that. So working this more into the contour area. So it's quite, you know, under the cheekbone. You can see that more, you know, as I turn the cheek. Obviously, if you want a softer contour, you can use the lighter blusher. If you want a more intense contour, you could switch your brush so you have a much more contoured. So I'll just show you this one. This is a MAC. Just got my glasses on, a 164S by MAC. And I'm just going to show you how to get a more sculpted contour. So the brush is there to make it easy for you.
It fits exactly under the cheekbone, doesn't it? That brush looks lovely. I get brush envy now.
Yeah, so it's just slightly different. The first brush is slightly softer, and this just gives a more kind of sculpted look. And it's so easy. The brush does it for it. I've got another Morphe one as well, which that's quite an interesting shape. I do like that as well.
So I tend to just use this as a bronzer for every day. I wear bronzer every day, all year round, because I just think it gives a healthy glow. It makes you look more healthy after you put your foundation on, which can sometimes make the skin look a little bit flat. So I only really apply contour if I'm going out and I've got heavier makeup on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I tend to do what I'm doing now around the hairline.
Yeah.
I tend to do that on me, maybe not so much in the winter. Definitely something I do more in the summer. But I do that kind of every day, really, just to kind of give a bit of shaping.
Yeah, I think because also where I wear my hair back a lot, if you are going to put some of this around the hairline, it does sort of soften the hairline and the size of the forehead. Whereas if you haven't got much room between there and the hairline, then you probably wouldn't want to do this because it will make it look even shorter.
It does give, yeah, it kind of narrows
Yeah.
the forehead, which gives a nice kind of feminine and sort of bronze look. And this above the temples or eyebrows and temples here gives a nice sort of really bronzed look. So you can build up. These go on lovely.
And I always go down the neck just to blend it all in.
Yeah, if you've got white patch that I get there.
Yeah, I do.
The bronzer just to blend in there. It looks much more natural than bringing, you know, your foundation. It just blends it in really nicely.
It does still give a little bit of luminosity to the skin in those products, but it's not glitter. It's just a really nice finish, which looks more natural than if it's really powdery.
Yeah, it's a slight sheen, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're going to go in with blusher.
Yes, I'm going to
highlighter.
I'm going to use blusher next. I'm going to use the same type of, but different, the other Morphe. So this is blusher brush. What one are you going to use?
I'm going to use like a little angled brush. This is just a Superdrug butt brush, blush contour. So you could use this for the contouring that Leanne showed you, because it does fit exactly under the cheekbone. So the brush does the work for you, but I quite like this little one. So I'm just going to go in with the lighter shade to begin with. And in my smile, I can apply to the apple of my cheekbones and blend it up towards the hairline to where we've done the bronzer. That's how I apply it. And the more you buff, the more the minerals really come out and have a luminosity to them.
You could do like the lighter one in the day, and then if you have a more intense, glamorous look, you could use the darker one for nights out and going out. It's just slightly higher. I like it. So just like Justine said, on the apples of the cheeks, just working up onto the cheekbone.
I think where a lot of people go wrong with blusher, well, is they load their brush up far too much, and then when they put it on their cheeks, it's just a bit too scary. So it's always better to go in just a little bit at a time and build it up gradually, so that you're happy with the finish that you've got.
Yeah, and then you get a lighter, you get a more layered sort of look, more professional look, and it lasts a lot longer as well. So if you layer it, it stays on much better than if you just do one thick layer.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, blusher just doesn't really take very long at all, does it? If you've got a product like this that's got all different sort of tones to it and a lovely finish, then it doesn't really need to take long at all.
No, not at all. So then we go on to highlights. This is this end here. I'm going to use it's called Pink Himalaya Highlight. So I quite, because it's like a pale sort of rose gold.
Whereas I always go for the French vanilla highlighter.
Yeah, so this one, I think you've got to be fairly tanned or slightly darker skinned for this highlighter. Do you think?
You could use a combination of the two if you wanted to. Like I always go in with the French vanilla, and then if I want more, I can go over the top with the Pink Himalaya. But I also need to be careful because of crow's feet, that I want to keep any highlight away from the areas where I've got any textured skin or lines, because it will highlight those. Really, I just want to add. So I keep, for me personally, I keep highlight to a minimum, and I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush. I like this because it's quite precise, similar to what you've got there, Leanne.
Yeah, a little bit smaller, aren't they, than the blusher and bronzer brush? So slightly smaller still, but bigger than an eyeshadow brush.
And you've got more control. So I'm just gonna go at the top of my cheekbones, and I'm buffing in all the time just to get the best finish from this product.
I'm just going to add a little bit of the French vanilla. Yeah, it's quite light, isn't it? I'm just going to do the other one on the other side, just so you can get an idea of the difference. So slightly higher still, but yeah, just be careful around the eye area if you've got fine lines there. Yeah, I prefer this one's lighter.
Yeah. So the other one
better for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I've just got French vanilla on. I just like that when you move your head, it just gives a little bit of luminosity, make them more youthful. It looks lovely on you, Leanne.
I prefer this one at the moment. I could probably use the French vanilla in the winter, but yeah, I think it just goes with my skin colouring. And then you can do, if you like, highlight on, you know, on the nose, things like that. You can.
I never highlight on my nose because I have quite open pores on my nose, so that would just make them stand out more. So I avoid that for me personally, and also above the lips if there's lines.
Yeah, you've got to be careful.
Yeah, it's just about knowing where to apply these products on your own face, isn't it? And be aware of the areas that will benefit from this and the areas that won't.
Definitely, because it literally does what it says. It's going to highlight and accentuate what feature you put it on or next to.
Yeah.
So just be cautious. But these would be quite nice, particularly the French vanilla, just underneath the arch on the brow as well. That could be.
Sometimes if there's darkness in here, I will put a little bit in there just to lift that area, because it's not a real glittery highlighter that will look too much. It just brightens it a little bit.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So that's a great palette. I bought mine from QVC because they stock that. It's an American brand from New York. So, but I know QVC stock it. I'm not going to show my one because this is like my personal one and it doesn't look as nice and clean as Leanne's.
But yeah, that's just given a nice you sort of glow to and colour to the skin as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it just gives the skin a little bit more of life back after you've sort of used the foundation as to neutralise all the colour, different colour within your skin. I think it's nice.
Yeah, so we hope you've enjoyed that one, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.
Bye.